Hey guys, my name is Kavan and today I'll be doing a Panther spotlight slash showcase regarding his kit breakdown as well as two videos I have for you guys. They're really good games, they were pretty fun. They're all win and rated, so you'll get to see some top elo, top 100 gameplay. But anywho, I'll kick off the video with the training. Now we're in the training room. Here are the skills from left to right. We got the Lance, Complex Shield, Shield Blade, Booster Kit, and Reinforced Complex Shields. All of these weapons are really important as you need to use all of them depending on the situation and swap in between the shield and the melee. And what I mean by that is with his right click, you get two weapons similar to Ali, how he gets a shield and he gets a spear and a gun on one button, but it's like two separate. So I'll show you right now. His shield is a handheld that blocks all ranged projectiles as well as melee hits. If this Welkin were to be hitting me, just like any other handheld shield, it will block. So example, sorry, he's doing the melee attacks right now. I need to actually block. As you can see with that parry, just like any other standard handheld, will block. And you get the opportunity to do an attack. His next weapon is a 3-hit energy blade that is pretty fast. Panther's a pretty fast suit, so just from 436 meters, this is how fast he can get to you. And the lock-on's pretty nice as well. Welkin, in contrast, is pretty slow. I play both of them. I would say Panther's is probably like 1.5 seconds faster to finish the animation. In most games, if the enemy has full stamina, you usually should be able to hit 1 to 2 attacks before they run away from you. If you do the full string, sometimes it leaves you up for openings, but I'll talk more about combo strings once I showcase the drill. Now, the drill, or I should say the lance, is a chargeable weapon that, when fully charged, does really good damage. So it uses some of my energy just like any other melee, and there's 2 charges to it. You typically want to charge it up to 2 max bars, as you can see from the top left. It goes from a pretty reasonable distance as well, so depending on the target range, you can go all the way from here. Target range will usually mean that you're in drill range, so don't be too worried about that. But you should usually be in the 100, if not 150 zone. Closer can always be better, but you know, Welkin's a beast right now, and melee strikers suffer because of Welkin. I'm kind of going on a tangent right now, so I'll be moving on to the next skills. Booster Kit. So the Booster Kit is essentially just a rechargeable slash instant stamina slash shield recovery. So let me just use up all my stamina. I'm in the gray area, oh no. I get half my stamina back from 1 charge, and you know, Panther gets 3 charges. You can see how strong that is, as Panther is already a pretty strong duelist against melee strikers and especially towards healers that have no means to defend themselves. And finally, we have a shield. It's the blue bar on the bottom right, as I'm deactivating, showing it. You know, if it's on, if your screen has the wings up on Panther. This also gets recharged by the Booster Kit, so allow me to let Welkin hit me. It also has a super armor effect while you have the blue bar, preventing stagger from any weapon, including melee. So while I have this bar up, sorry, I'm gonna turn off the shield first. As you can see, I'm getting meleeed and I have to dodge. I'm getting staggered, staggered, staggered. I'm gonna turn on the bar right now. As you can see, I'm not getting staggered anymore. And whenever I use the regen, it also regens my blue bar to half. So you can see how strong this is. If your shield gets depleted, you will have to reactivate it again. The Booster Kit. But otherwise, yeah, that's enough explaining the super armor for now. I'll start talking now about the hit strings that are really good with Panther, that have been very good for me. So what I usually do is I would play aerial and go for an aerial attack slash jump attack. I don't really know what to call this yet. There's probably a better terminology for this, but for now, we'll just call it jump attack. But with most players, you typically can get away with this as they get surprised by the immediate attack, and most players can't react that quickly unless they shift spam. There's only a few players I could think of that can dodge that, but just to show that you are able to dodge that, I'm going to put down Inferno and turn on his AI just so Welkin doesn't destroy me. So he used his ability, which on top of a dash. Remember, most suits, including Inferno, have some sort of ability that allows them to get out of melee stagger, but most players don't know that. So even then, you could get away with doing your jump attack and drill. Sorry, lance. You can also do maybe 1 to 2 hit strings if you know the player personality. I typically am able to get away with more attacks towards Stegos or Triceras, but you shouldn't be targeting Triceras, mainly because Triceras are very tanky and have super armor that deflects attacks. But you are able to deal damage to Tricera players if you get on top of their head. Triceras cannot shoot anything above their head. They look invulnerable, but I'll showcase it right now. So I'm going to show you how I get staggered. Oh, sorry. As I hit him somehow. So if this was an actual player Tricera, he would be using his shield to counter me, as with that parry right there. But if I were to get on top of his head, I could just do easy attacks guaranteed. If you hit the blue shields, they all usually stagger. Sorry for the loud noises. I'll try to make my game audio sound better, by the way, but I'm talking as loud as I can. But as you can see, I'm still able to pump damage into him despite getting initially parried. Just try to be careful about that with Triceras. Don't want to get caught lacking. And other characters, sorry, I'm going to turn off the AI. It's very loud. Oh. Somehow it's the one. Okay. Other characters such as Falcon, Sky Raider, you kind of have a harder time trying to hit. Killa as well. Stellaris does a better job dealing with those units whenever you're doing those drill attacks. But you always want to do this. Your jump attack, melee, displace people, and you'll see what I mean through my game footage. And also as a melee striker, you should keep into account stamina consumption with players. Typically, melee strikers will try to be a quarter, if not halfway, of their stamina, and if you get into a drawn-out fight with them, you typically will have the advantage in the stamina. So you could start just pumping melee damage. And again, it's kind of hard to understand that when in the training room, but I will showcase it in my replays, which I'll be doing right now. Okay, so the first game that I have for you guys is on Payload via Longmen launch site. I got a 8.5 here and did some pretty good gameplay here. I tanked pretty well on top of dealing decent damage while maintaining a pretty good KDA. This game looks like a stomp, but I promise you all these players are really good. I'll be showing you guys some of their ranks, not all of them, just to prove that I'm not a fraud. Champion. Destructible. Champion again. Champion. Keep going. Champion. Another champion. Champion again. And legendary. So, yeah, I hope you guys understand that, sorry, not understand. I hope you guys see that this is top, but anyways, I'll get into the video right now. Alright, so the match has started. I kind of used up all my stamina there on the accident because I thought I had my shield out. But anywho, these payload maps, Panther kind of serves as like an anti-melee striker as well as disruptor towards the enemy team. You usually want to go for those melee strings that I showed you guys in the training room. As you can see, I caught one player off of that. I believe that was Hurricane. I'm out of stamina right now and I would like to reserve my booster kit charges for later fights, but I'm keep doing it towards other people. And as you can see again, I caught a Tricera who in the AI training room did that and parried me, but for most players you can get away with it. I did it again for the third time already in the game and it hasn't been admitted. Fourth time again. You gotta kind of see, oh sorry, I hope you guys see how strong it is. But right now I'm looking for targets as they don't have a Welkin on their team. Their team is primarily a defensive team that can easily capture Payload, but will get disrupted easily if we break their front line and flow. In those cases, Panther is amazing for that on top of other melee strikers such as Panther. Unfortunately, I messed up the combo string there as I was within a haze field that prevented auto-aim. But yeah, I'm looking for targets. That was an easy kill on Longmen.
Stellaris, sneaking up for a backline ambush.
I would be doing it to Hurricane, but I would rather just reverse it temporarily. I know my teammates will kill him, so it would be fine. Or sorry, the person that was hitting me was Tricera. Hurricane was right here. Look for more targets. Unfortunately, I got blocked there by my teammate. I also think we both blocked each other, so it is what it is. But you can see how much HP damage I was already pumping at the start of the round and the amount of impact that had with him later for that capture. My team is already 26% while their team is slowly respawning and having to scramble. Looking for more opportunities, I use my booster kit to get out of the gray area. I'm pulling out my shield whenever I have to deal with ranged guys just so I could soak up some extra damage while hunting down stragglers such as this Hurricane. You can keep seeing me repeat this combo over and over again. It's really easy to do.
Assist. Activating signal console.
Now it's a capture.
Signal console.
I was thinking about drilling, then I forget how to play objective like a good boy.
Signal console out of range.
See, it's literally guaranteed.
Console activated.
Unless they're like a god. I have yet to really abuse my melee hit strings just because I don't know if he's out of stamina yet. People like Longmen get like a infinite stamina button as well as Inferno. But you'll see me try to deter him from being near his teammates.
Enemy
And
down.
again, I hit another drill attack. I'm looking for the aerial attack on Hurricane because he had his shield out to parry me. I mess it up.
Double kill.
And you could even see I didn't do it as quickly as I did, but I still managed to hit that.
My intern can pilot better than you.
Console C activated. Assist.
If you're wondering why I took damage there, Sky Raider's ball does friendly fire damage, so be careful whenever you have Sky Raider on your team. I have seen friendly fire that way, and have seen teammates die to it.
Assist. Activate.
At this point, this game is pretty far ahead. The gap between my team and theirs is pretty insane.
My intern can pilot better than you.
Signal console activated. The payload is swiftly advancing.
As Panther, I'm looking to disrupt other melee strikers and potentially easy targets if I can. I'm gonna hit that unfortunately because Hurricane gets a decoy that will make you prioritize that with auto aim. Tricera also has that as well whenever he transforms into turret, so keep that in mind.
Enemy down.
I always try to avoid depleting my stamina to ensure that I can maximize my stamina consumption. There, I didn't register the initial energy blade hit, but I still managed to get the drill attack off. And as you can see, even with Falcon players, you can still hit that. I went for the execution there just because I was a little bit stressed out because these were my games towards Indestructible. With that grapple attack by Stellaris, you can see how my blue bar tanked a lot of that. If I didn't, then I could have possibly died there. My Pinaka also came to save me in time. But yeah, this was a pretty quick game, but I wanted to highlight the importance of the drill attack combo. I'll be moving on to the next game now. Alright, now for the next game, it'll be on Kraub Sinkhole. This game is really even, as you can see with the score, they were just 40 off. But on their team are some familiar names, so I won't be showing the ranks this time. They also have a Welkin on their team as well, so you can see how I play the game differently. My team did pretty decent. We did have somebody struggle on our team, so we had to kind of pick up the pace in order to capture points and win. Otherwise, we could easily be swept apart due to having a 5v6 situation, as our Stego was getting constantly harassed. But anywho, I'll get into the footage.
Diving into ambush.
Alright, so start of the game as Panther whenever I'm playing on this capture map. I try to go under and abuse the stamina from here, as it gives me immense energy regen. And melee strikers should always just try to go as far up as they can. Here I was trying to look for opportunity with Sky Raider, but unfortunately I didn't register the hit. I was in gray area and now I'm trying to get some of my energy back. Now I'm looking for targets now. I'm trying to avoid the auto aim with the decoy, but it's kind of a struggle as Sky Raider is pummeling me with those haze balls that prevent auto aim. But as you can see, I'm starting to do the combo input that I showed you guys. I'm in gray area now. I should have done a fast descent there in order to get down quickly and back into the fight. But I'm going to keep doing this to other players such as Stego. The Stego thinks I'm going to keep fighting him, so he put his shield up, prolonging him just a little bit. And in the middle of the chaos, I could take advantage of the drill attack combo and do it to players such as Stellaris. I'm not too worried about Stellaris, so I move on. I even have my blue bar up in case he hits me in the back. You can see how I'm in the gray area, but I try to take advantage of it. We're already struggling with A though, as we already have 3 down, so me and my buddy have to cap C and B separately.
Stego, ready to hold down the front line.
I learned it was a fight that I cannot win, so I backed off in order to delay staggering.
Node C captured by enemy.
Now here I'll try to get B, but my Stellaris already came here in time luckily, so not much of an issue. I'll try to hold off Welkin for him. I get into a fight with Welkin just for a little bit, but I managed to escape due to the blue bar and parry, and the drill attack even. I drop down because I want energy. This map is really good for Panther and other melee strikers. Abuse it like I do and you can kind of see the effects. Another flashbang by Welkin. Enemy Welkin's really good. He's actually one of the reasons why I got up to Indestructible, because he was in my games constantly playing a really good frontline. But you can see I'm harassing this Welkin with the melee. Usually people struggle against Welkin as a melee striker, but in this case with Panther, you can try to be aggressive as you can and take advantage of the fact that he doesn't really have a parry from aerial standpoint. I'd die there unfortunately though, because I kind of sucked with stamina consumption there, but we'll get better.
Striker ready. Switching to boarding mode.
Panther diving into ambush.
Right now the score right now is like 155 to 317. My team needs to capture as soon as possible, otherwise this gap will become even wider. I move over to this point to C just because it's a hurricane, and if we could take care of it, at least we can get the guaranteed point. We killed them just in time. My Stego rotated here
Captured.
for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but hey, it is what it is. But I started doing a flank to B.
Node A captured by enemy.
Their Stego didn't see me, luckily, so this should be pretty simple and sweet.
Node B
And as like a melee striker, you should always try to back cap as much as you can. As a fast striker, you have the most opportunity to do so. I just keep hitting these combo strings until Welkin.
Node A captured by enemy.
I try to cap it there, but I realize it's no use.
Oh, you're pooped out of luck the day you see me.
I have to watch my HP, otherwise I die here. But luckily my team is breaking even slowly, as we now have 2 points. It's slowly catching up. As long as we hold both points, it should be fine.
Initiating ejection sequence.
Even as I'm dying though, I am disrupting their enemy team, such as their Welkin and Pinaka, because they could be swapping to other points if they wanted to, but as long as I'm holding them there and we're holding 2 points, that's a good trade-off.
Panther diving into ambush.
We're slowly breaking even.
Ready to provide aerial cover.
Node B captured.
And as you can see with what I said earlier, you try to back up as a melee striker, nobody's here because people try to rotate and help out the next point possible. I'm not rotating the B because I feel like it's the next opportunity to get it.
Node C captured by enemy.
I knew Welkin was going to flashbang me there, so I didn't even try to do the drill attack. I'm holding my shield and trying to stay away from him as much as I can. But unfortunately, Welkin's a really hard guy to fight, even in 2v1, with that frontal shield that blocks all its damage, including melee. It's also really tanky too. I'm out of stamina right now, but luckily we managed to kill this Welkin.
Enemy down.
Ready to pick off some stragglers.
I'm spazzing out, getting better with the character. I died there because I got CC chained, low stamina, on top of Sky Raider throwing his ball on me. Really unfortunate.
Captured by enemy. Striker ready. Switching to boarding mode.
Panther diving into ambush.
I'm going to B because I assume it's the least contested from the radar. Try to use your radar as much as you can.
Stellaris, sneaking
It
up for a backline
shows you the
ambush.
positioning of
Node
all
C
enemy players,
captured by enemy.
unless they're invisible, of course. But
Node B captured.
as long as they're on radar, take advantage of it as a melee striker so you can have the best positioning possible in the future. I hide right there because that's the blind spot of the enemy's POV. If I was anywhere else, Sky Raider could have seen me and just shoot me in the face, and we would have to fight over it, and I'd lose HP. But because I hit him first, he kind of got out of there. Now I'm moving to the next point, trying to use my stamina consumption,
Captured by enemy.
or sorry, booster kit to increase my stamina.
Ready to provide aerial cover.
And you can see I'm in another situation with Welkin.
Ready to pick
I
off
decide
some
I need to swap
stragglers.
off because they managed to get 3 points. So I need to find a way to get other points right
Ready to
now.
hold down the front line.
There was no use there. I hit a drill attack with Hurricane. My boy has 2 low guys, so I can see what I can do. Easy
Enemy
kill.
down. Double kill. Capturing data node. Node C.
If I was the Stellaris, I would have just gone on to another point to try to fight. But it's solo queue, so people tend to try to do the same thing to minimize losses. They have slightly more points, but if we keep this up, my team will win. Look for more opportunities to do stuff. I'm rotating in and out, trying to disrupt. At this point, this game should be set within 20-30 seconds. So my job now is to mess around with people and try to fake cap A, like it's important. There's still 2 people at A for some reason, whilst my team is holding both sides. But until they captured B, but luckily we won in time due to contesting both. Yeah, with those games, I hope you guys can see the importance of Panther. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and we'll get better now with Panther. I will be releasing a Stellaris video later this week, hopefully on Friday, but if not, then Sunday. But going on a tangent, please like and subscribe or put a comment down below if you have any other questions. I'll try to answer as much as I can. I want to gain as many subscribers as I can, so bear with me, and I'll try to answer your questions for you guys. Anywho, goodbye.